Hey, what's up, everyone? Welcome to my No Man's Sky video. This is Shallow Magi, and welcome back if you've been following me on my Fresh Start series. This is going to be Fresh Start number 6, and I just want to do a quick recap. So, yesterday, Fresh Start 6 was basically just a lot of sort of exploration on a near planet in this system. And so we got up there. I made another autonomous mining unit. I set it on a pyrite deposit up there. Found some navigation data. We came back down here. There was a building that had a really nice multi-tool I couldn't afford, and then just collected some resources. Got a few pieces of upgrades, especially for my suit. I got my advanced mining laser working. I got this from the base computer at the end of the episode. Base computer gave me this piece of technology, and that was pretty much it. So after the episode was done, I did a few things off camera that seems to make sense to do off camera. I had a bunch of the different slimes that basically, eventually, when you put them in the refiner, they turn into runaway mold, and then runaway mold turns into nanites. So I went ahead and mixed them up, turned them into nanites, freed up some inventory space. I mixed up some more salt into chlorine, and then I mixed up some cobalt. And I went back to the planet up there, and I wanted to make sure that I emptied out the autonomous mining unit that was collecting me pyrite, because I might be wrong on this, but I believe if you, I guess I am wrong on that, because I just got a fresh supply of uranium, and yesterday was the last day, I guess, that I fed that thing. So anyway, yeah, I went back up there. I grabbed my pyrite out of the machine. While I was up there, of course, the curious mold thing was like grinding away at me. So searched a little bit. I found the curious mold, the curious deposits. I found the area where they were, and all I did was stick a save beacon down, and there was a little bit more navigation data. I went ahead and just grabbed the navigation data, and when I was looting it, I actually got an exosuit drop pod planetary chart. So I guess I want to do a couple things today. I think the first thing I want to do is, I think got something going on here with the base computer. Oh, that's Hello Terminus. That's for Artemis. Let me see something. So I think the first thing I want to do is, I did make some chlorine, and I want to get, and I think I made some more cobalt, so I want to grab that stuff. Okay, yeah. Got some cobalt. Actually, I'm just going to hold on to that. I want to go to the space station, and I want to sell a couple things. But before I do that, I think it would make sense to grab these floating crystals that I remember. I finally found them yesterday, and they were like right over here. But now they are not showing up. So, not going to spend too much time worrying about that. Okay, so I'm just going to port to the space station real quick. Okay, yeah, not on this side either. All right. Looks like it wants me to make a Corvette or something. I'm not really worried about. I'm not worried about that, actually. Okay, I want to sell this chlorine. What else? I think I'm going to sell this gold, and I'm going to sell their iridesite. And I think I've got enough for that weapon, really. I'm not sure, but we're going to go there and check real quick because this weapon only has 2 more slots left, and that's not good. That's pretty bad. So I really want to get that weapon. That would be a huge upgrade too. Like in the beginning of the game, going from a class C to an A is pretty big. All right. Where is my... Or actually, you know what? Let's go to this planet up here. I'm gonna feed the autonomous mining unit that's mining me pyrite. I'm gonna feed that now at the beginning of the video, and I think I will end this video by going there and collecting what was built up in it and then feeding it some carbon so that the next video I can load up on it, and eventually I'll have a stack of that stuff that where I don't have to worry too much. I'm really trying to build up my uranium stack because these launch thrusters are relentless, and eventually I'll be able to go to the anomaly and grab I think it's the efficient thrusters, or it's one of the technology upgrades for the launch thrusters where they actually recharge, so that becomes a pretty big help. All right, let me feed this thing some carbon. Okay. And yes, you guessed it, since we are here. See, again, man, it's relentless. While we're here, I'm going to go to the curious deposit spot that I stuck a save beacon down for, and take care of that. Yeah, and they weren't. Okay. Looks like it's pretty close, but yeah, 30-some seconds. Pass it. Okay. Okay. There it is right here. I'm going to grab these guys real quick. Here they are. Here's a little, tiny little hint, I guess, but if you don't want to make... Yeah, so if you don't want to make a base around a runaway mold farm, you can always just, you know, make a makeshift wall with your terrain manipulator, and it just makes it a little easier farming these dudes, because they're going to wind up rolling all over the place when I shoot them. So... And these things will spit out an incredible amount of mold. There we go. My weapon cool down a little bit. Right. And this is a pretty small. This is a pretty small spot, or a small amount of these guys, but anything's better than nothing. All right, and that pretty much does that. So just that one little patch just gave me 2,130 molds. So that will be, what is it, 50 mold turns into 1 nanite. So not the greatest, but it's not too bad. I think it'll allow me to, at least I could go to the anomaly today and could pick up a few more things. So now I'm going to head back to the home planet, and we're going to go to that building that was real close by the base to get that weapon, hopefully. So get up in space here. And then I think at that point, maybe we'll go to the Holo Terminus, try to do a little bit of the, maybe do a little section of the Artemis quest. I'd like to dig a little deeper into the base computer, because I think we got something for that. Oh, also, maybe I should throw this drop pod down. There's some interesting little thing with the drop pod I'll share with you guys if maybe some of you are newer players, or maybe even seasoned players at this game. It's pretty interesting. Now, where is my freaking save beacon? There's the base. Save beacon should be like... I'm pretty sure that spot... Pretty sure it was on this home planet here. I don't think that building was up on that other planet. But I am not seeing my save beacon that I put down in the last episode. So maybe just kind of do a little circle here. Yeah, I'm not seeing it. Man, what the hell? Guess I'll try to get some distance and Try to find this thing again. Yeah, that's my pyrite save beacon. I don't know, maybe it's on the other side of the planet. Also need to go eventually to a planet that has a bunch of storms on it. So that way can get that antimatter reactor working. Okay, I'm just going to fly towards the space station. Okay, so I don't see it. Let's just go back to the base. Actually, let's go to this holo terminus and get rid of this big icon that's on the screen. There's the save beacon. Okay. So I guess pretty close by is building the big tower that I need to talk with Artemis on. Grab this pearl. Oh, no, I mean Grabberry, my bad. And I'll hit this big blue crystal here. Alright. 450. Totally south, so yeah, I'm just gonna fly to it. And here it is right here. Get a free takeoff anyway, so yeah. It's up there. Oh. There went the free takeoff. Okay. Oxygen. Terminus activated. Multiple signal sources available. The tower hosts a powerful transmitter. Designed to facilitate holographic communication across long distances. The extra power should allow me to reestablish the connection to Artemis. Artemis, tuned to Artemis frequency. Yep. Try to locate Artemis frequency, uploading the data from our previous communication. And then let's do this. There he is. Awesome. Who's there? You? It's you again, isn't it? Yes. Just like you are a traveler of worlds, aren't you? Transmit a vision, a red star in a fragile world. I don't understand the shapes within, the whispers. I see life forms scattered to the far reaches of the galaxies. I see the stranger's first breath, yearning for the stars. I see myself slumbering in the crimson void, watching for a dream of worlds. And through the darkness, I hear it said, "Breach warning, anomaly detected. Traveler awakened." What I showed you just now has haunted me since I awoke. You must recognize it too. You are the travelers, discovers a world. From the moment you open your eyes, you must have known you were not like the others. So did I. Before I became stranded here, I was on the journey to finally meet. Vessel. Right. So basically, got to travel to a bunch of these hollow terminuses, which I'm going to put that off for the moment. Signal Boostro, versatile scanner detects nearby buildings. Yeah. Well, cool. At least I got the recipe for it, but I'm not pressed to do that at the moment. I'm going to go get that weapon and then go back to the base, and I think base computer has something for me, maybe. I think. And so yeah, and then we'll kind of go from there. See what's up. Okay. So let me go ahead and basically take the technology out of this multi-tool and transfer it right on over to the new one that I'm about to get. I think the other one may have that, but whatever. If it does, I can always sell it. Okay, and that. All right. Time to upgrade. Oh, damn! It's a different. It's a different one, but it's still Class A, and that is at this moment what matters. So let's see. Oh, wow, it's cheap. I'm going to exchange. All right. Got a cool multi-tool, and maybe get a blueprint from this guy. Shield lattice, waveform recycler, simulator. Yeah. Oh, can't get it yet, but I will do so. Hazard protection battery. And that's the one right there I want. That's got some good stats. Okay. I was going to... I'll get this and the other and the waveform recycler. I was going to pick up that save beacon because I got the multi-tool, but I think I'm just going to leave it here because I need to come back and get that that little blueprint, that upgrade. Let me throw all this stuff in here. I wish that plasma launcher was actually a paralysis mortar, but it's not a big deal. Scan radius. Okay. Let's go ahead and load this puppy up. Actually, it's down here. Yeah, already installed, so that will be for sale. Analysis visor, that will be for sale. That's fine. Go. And last but not least, the terrain manipulator, and I'll just kind of throw this right there. Okay. Got a supercharged slot there. So two supercharged slots. And I probably should put... No, I got 3. So I'm going to put my mining beam. Let me see here. Actually, I'm going to put the advanced mining beam in that one. So that will change my mining speed from 15, pretty much double it to 32. And then in here, I'm going to put that piece of technology that I want to buy from this guy. So, cool. Now, head back to the base. I'm going to throw this... going to throw the runaway mold into the refiner and let that cook up a little bit. And maybe I'll make that signal booster for the Artemis, the rest of this Artemis quest, and also check the base computer. I think it I don't know, maybe has some more recipes or something for me. A lot to do in a short amount of time. Install waveform recycler. Didn't I do that? Oh, we got the this exosuit drop pod too, and I do want to do that. Maybe waveform recycler. I don't. All right, whatever. Base computer. Input recovery. Passkey to proceed. Interloper? I don't know. Recovered archive. Encrypted. Cool. Input recovery. Passkey to receive. Interlope. Okay. Input recovery. I'll put Viking. Recovered archive. Gra. Corvex. Okay. Interlope. There we go. Archive unlocked. New data available. Search archives. Follows. My exosuit has directed me to crash ship. Controls react to my touch. I assume it belongs to me. No memory. Yeah, that was construction blueprints. Base technology data extracted. Downloading plans. Cool. Solar panel plans are stored. Oh, got them and the battery for free. So that's really cool. Yeah. You know, I still wonder if if that safe actually does wind up in here. I can't remember, but let's see. So really, these little walls right here are pretty important to me, and obviously these triangles are really important because I tend to use them when I'm building mining bases. But for the time being, I'm not worried too much about that. Let's see what we got here. Oh, it's not filled that up before I left. Oxygen. Oh man, sweet. And we're going to go ahead and fill that thing back up. I'm going to run over here to my mining unit and throw this runaway mold into it. Yeah, 5-1. Let's see. Signal booster. Need to make a signal booster. Alright. One metal plate. Yeah, simple enough. Let's go ahead and do that. One metal plating and one nanotube. And I'll go ahead and make a signal booster. Doesn't really matter if I sit this anywhere because I'm just going to be picking it up, taking it with me. So yeah, and I will go ahead and do that now. Okay, so I got my signal booster. You know what? I was thinking of going right to the space station, but I think since we're here on the planet at the moment, I'm just going to let off this exosuit drop pod planetary map thing, and we'll go ahead and I'll get an extra space in my suit. We'll go ahead and grab that, and something interesting I want to show you when it comes to that. All right. I want to do it before I even get in the ship. Empty launch thrusters, yay. Okay. Okay, and let's fly off to the drop pod. I was thinking yesterday, actually, it's not going to be too long from now to where I feel like picking a fight with some sentinels on the ground and then running to my ship, flying off in space. That way I can fight them in space and go through the whole wave until the big freighter comes, and then I'll blow their freighter up and get a free Echo locator, which will get me a free Sentinel ship. And I think Sentinel ships really, in the beginning of the game before you get S-class ships, or if you buy a bunch of different ships from other NPCs, and then you take them to the scrap thing, and you extract certain parts from them to make your own ship. It seems like the Sentinel ships are better in the beginning because they have so much inventory space compared to like when you make your own S-class ship. They start out with like, a lot of times they start out with very low inventory, and you got to keep upgrading the inventory to actually get it to where it's really powerful. So in the beginning, I think the Sentinel ships are really great, and they look cool. They look menacing and kind of evil. So yeah, I'm going to be all over that. Okay. All right. And we'll get a free data here. Okay. And the interesting thing about these exosuit drop pod upgraders, which I'm kind of neutral on, right? I'm going to need nanotubes and I don't need creature pellets. Nanotubes and a housing. Yeah. I'm also going to need 2 metal plating, believe it or not. And that's not for the drop pod. That is for a save beacon, because basically with these drop pods, this is kind of, you could almost look at it like cheating the system, but I don't think so. I kind of think this might be a feature. But if you drop a save beacon at one of these things, and you don't have to, it doesn't have to be, let me color that. It doesn't have to be a drop pod that you bought. You could just kind of discover one on a planet. You throw a save beacon down at it, and in about 2 or 3 days, this thing is going to have another upgrade for me, free. So it's kind of cool, but at the same time, it's kind of cheesy, because really, it sort of makes buying the exosuit drop pod upgrade thing at the cartographers kind of makes that pretty much obsolete. And that's a little bit of a shame, because I do think it's a pretty good thing when you kind of have to work, when there's a little bit of a cost or some effort involved in, becoming better, stronger, whatever. Okay. But it's been a part of the game for a while, and I'm going to take advantage of it for sure. But if the developers were to, I don't know if it's something they're not aware of, and they were to fix it, I'd be kind of happy about that. I think that would be fine. I remember when I first discovered that. Let's see. We visited that. I just want to sell these pieces right here. So when I first became aware of that, I was thinking, so these drop pods basically kind of regrow, right? Like when you get your terrain manipulator, and you put it on the flatten feature, and you're like flattening out a whole bunch of area, and you're thinking, yeah, I'm going to make a nice flat area and build a real nice base. And then like a week or 2 later, you've got like mountains and trees growing inside your base, and you're like, what the hell? Right? Because the environment regenerates over time. I was thinking, well, I wonder if that's just the case with, is that the case with the drop pod units? And then I thought, well, if that's the case, what happens with the crashed freighters? And I actually tested the crashed freighter thing, and what? Hold on a second. This is crazy. You know, the last time I checked, this node that's inside my base was a uranium node, and now it's spitting out copper. What goes there? Let me see. Okay. Yeah, that's a little weird, man. There's been a couple glitches so far. I'm going to go ahead and put some carbon back in there. We'll feed this some carbon. Or no, we don't need to feed that carbon. Okay. Anomaly. Going to the no. Going to go to the building we were just at. Get that little upgrade. Go to the anomaly, and then we will do the signal boost thing. That's yeah. So a couple things left to do. Try to get as much done as I can in one city. Okay. Stimulator. Yeah. What? Oh, Corvex rank 3. Damn. Okay, so I need to build some rank to get that. All right. So I think I'm going to get the definitely want to get the survey device, but to get that I need to get I can't remember the name of it, but basically it's the one right above it that you need to get to unlock it. Survey device, you know, for I guess scouting out, making a mining base and all. And with that, with that thing, I thought it would get me up there a lot quicker with that upgrade in my supercharged slot, but yeah, didn't seem to do it. So exosuit and starship. I want to get some starship weapons because, like I said earlier, not too long from now, I do plan on picking a fight with some sentinels on the ground, and then I'm going to run to my ship. Oh, my bad. It's the multi-tool guy. Run to the ship, and then that way their ships will be chasing me, and I can fight them in the sky and eventually get one of those locators. Get a pretty decent ship. All right, here it is. Waveform recycler. It's the blueprint it was telling me to install. I didn't even think of that. Okay. Magnetized ferrite ion battery. So I can take care of that at the base. And I want to get the survey device. Man, that's pretty expensive. Right. But yeah. Okay. Man, it's crazy. That thing has even more has more spaces than what I got, but it doesn't have the supercharged slots. Okay. Maybe I can get a cyclotron ballista. Launch cost. Yeah, that would probably be actually more practical the time being, so I'm going to go for that. Definitely more practical. And that's pretty expensive. Uh, rocket launcher. Do I have the rocket launcher? Because I do use a rocket launcher. Yes, I do. So I only have 2 spaces, and I'm going to be installing those. Yeah, it's going to be really soon that I'm going to want to go and get a Sentinel ship because this ship sucks. Okay. I would like to get that. A lot of people don't like the cyclotron ballista, but that thing it's pretty nasty. Um, it really eats away at shields like crazy, but it pretty much it stops the starship. It stalls the engine, and basically it really slows down the starship, and they're like kind of drifting along, and it gives you time to hit them with like a rocket. So I've got a combination. I'll start out with the cyclotron ballista, and that takes their shields down and it stops them in their tracks. Then I hit them immediately with a rocket launcher, and then I finish them off with the intra knife. That won't be happening. That won't be happening this time around because I'm not going to be getting the intra knife anytime soon. So I'll be using the photon cannon, and I think I might get that. Okay. And then over here, we've got the synthesis laboratory where I can learn how to make some of this stuff. That would be pretty helpful, but I can probably get some of that at the space station. Okay, cool. What's interesting about so the curious deposits that I blew up earlier, the moment, okay, if I was to go back there now, they would be available to blow up again, pretty much. If I built the base right there around them, put a teleporter in there, if I was to teleport to the space station and then port right back to the base, they would be respawned. So that's just a little tip or a trick that you can use when you are grinding nanites to, upgrade your starship, maybe from, a C or B class to a A or an S class. And you can also do that to upgrade your multi-tool and all that good stuff. So it's pretty cool. All right, let's feed this puppy again. And 72, that's looking good. All right, so I'll go ahead and set off the signal booster and see where it takes us. Do want to kind of work on making some of this technology, though, that we got triangulate, locate nearby structure, triangulate position, yeah. Try that. Position logged, ready for next. Okay. Pick this up. And actually, yeah, if I could, Tritium, wiring loom, and Jellian. Look at that, man. That's sad. space station. All right, that's good. And what can I can put them in there. And I'll put this and this. Okay. Oh man. Well, that's going to be a minute. All right, triangulate this signal. Learn the electromagnetic generator. Learn construction blueprints. Yeah. Track a black hole. So, no, duh. Triangulate your position. Place a second beacon. Visit several planets and build signal boosters in order to triangulate your position. Oh, okay. Oh, it's sending us to the planet where the mold is, or maybe it's not. Yes, it is. Yeah, it is. So if that's the case, I'm going to go blow up some more mold. I'm going to go grab my pyrite out of my mining unit, and we will, first we'll do the triangulation, though. Kill a couple birds with one stone here. Nice. Throw some more carbon in there. Okay. And let's put the signal booster down right now. Let that off. Locate nearby structures. Alright. And I think that might be I think we'll go ahead and get to that spot, and then I will call it a day. Damn launch thrusters, man. Okay. That upgrade should help, though. And then when I get the next upgrade, the thing that recharges the thrusters, that becomes really helpful. No. Suitable site located. Okay. That's 4 minutes, so I'm going to go up in space and pulse drive to it. All right, here we go. Man, the ship handles terribly. Okay. So once we're done right here at this spot, oh wow, another drop pod, which means another save beacon. Throw a save beacon down. I'm going to need to make 2 metals. So once I log off here, I'm going to go ahead and go back to my curious deposit spot after I log off. I'm going to blow them up, get back to the base, probably turn that stuff into nanites, and then that will be it for me until the next episode. I'll leave these things. There we go. All right. Insufficient resources. Oh, yeah. Nanotubes, antimatter, housing. Okay, housing and nanotubes. All right. Yep. All right. So set this signal booster down and see what happens. Triangulate position. All right, suitable triangulation position. Actually, I'm just going to log right here. All right, thanks for watching, everyone, and I will see you soon. Peace out.